Coach, 2-0 to start the season. I know we talked about that a little bit on Saturday, but looking back at the film from Saturday's game, I guess what are your biggest takeaways about where you're at now and where you'd like to be?
We still got a long way to go. We left a lot of meat on the bone. The good things obviously were the turnovers. I thought the defense got after the quarterback pretty good, which was good to see. Offensively we made a lot of explosive plays, but a couple more 3-and-outs. We got to continue drives. I think back early in the game we had penalties that killed our drives. If we're going to go up and beat Indiana, we're going to have to play a lot better than we've played the last two games. So our team knows that, and they're trying to work on those things and make them right.
Coach, I know last year was a little different. You also had a third week bye, lost to Army. This time, maybe a little bit of a different battle from getting adjusted back from Hawaii. Can you tell us the differences about an early bye week that can help out the team?
Yeah, obviously it was much needed coming back from Hawaii. I mean, 9-hour plane flight. I think back we took off at 6 a.m. Bowling Green time, and had a 9-hour flight back. So it took us about 2 days just to get back to feeling normal again. So we definitely need this bye week, but it feels good to get a win and be in the position where we are. Like I said, though, we got a long way to go. We can be a much better football team, and that's what we're working on this week.
You guys are coming off having a quarterback that statistically had the best season ever in college football, but Austin's been very solid through 2 weeks. I guess what kind of progression have you seen from him? From fall camp to that first game now to second game?
Yeah, I thought he made good improvement from game 1 to game 2. He seemed comfortable out there, made some good plays. Like how he's leading the football team. Again, he knows he's got to get a lot better. But I'm seeing that progression, and that's the biggest thing is you want to see a progression, taking that step. And he's done that so far. So as long as he keeps improving, that's the biggest thing.
And then going into this bye week early on, it seems like everybody pretty much made an impact offensively, defensively. How nice is it to have a game early on in the year that you could say, hey, everybody really made an impact, so anybody can be trusted at any point of the season?
Yeah, it was good. We played a lot of players, played a lot of young guys, so that was good to get that experience. We're going to need it down the stretch. You're going to get injuries throughout the season, and how we play defense as well. We roll a lot of guys, and it's good to see several wideouts got to play in this game as well. A lot more guys touched the ball. We spread it around well. Thought the running backs did a really good job, especially in the fourth quarter. And so a lot of guys are getting to play, and that should help us later in the season.
With a guy like Austin, I look back at the quarterbacks that you've had here in the past, Ty, Piggy, Bailey. I think the expectation was, 1 year out of those guys. I think he's got 2 years of eligibility. How does that change your approach, if at all, with him?
No, I mean, every year is different. We just take it 1 year at a time, and we're just focused on making him the best quarterback he can be this year. And, we'll get to the end of the season and, see what we need to improve on from there. But he's doing a really good job, but if we're going to go make a run, we got to get a lot better.
Looking at the O-line, they've kept Austin, clean these first 2 weeks. Run game, I know you mentioned this Saturday, was able to close things out. 3 new starters on there this year. What did you thought down through the first 2 games?
Yeah, it was good. I thought the offensive line's been tied together pretty good. We had a couple penalties in the game early that, was kind of unlike us in the O-line. But they're doing good with the pass protection and doing good with the run games. They're it's just like last year. I think they're tied together pretty well. They're going to be tested, though, against a really good Indiana defense. They get after the passer. They do a good job with their pressures, and they try to isolate, guys and put them on islands. And so we're going to have to do a great job in that game in the O-line protecting the quarterback.
Coach, I know it's early in the season, and you had your own game that you were worrying about, but any taps on CUSA teams? I know that there was a good matchup between UTSA and Houston in that game, then double overtime. Keeping any taps on those?
No, I haven't been able to. I got to watch FAU and Charlotte in week 1. That was a good game to watch just to see. FAU looks really good on offense, and I'm sure the UTSA Houston game was spectacular from what I heard. About went how I thought it would go, to be honest with you. I thought it'd be a fourth quarter game and probably the last play of the game. And, UTSA is such a good football team. And I haven't been able to keep up. We're just trying to focus on us right now and trying to prove what we can